It's not nice to eavesdrop, but it's fun. So let's check in on the comedy of errors at the Baxters. On the little things in life. Brought to you by Final Net. Gives your hair a great long-lasting hold.
This is what aerosol hairspray sounds like. This is what Final Net sounds like. The big difference in the way they sound is the big difference in the way they work. Final Net is not an aerosol. It's concentrated to give you a great long-lasting hold. There are no wasteful propellants. That makes it economical, too. 8 ounces of Final Net go as far as 24 ounces of aerosol hairspray. You get a great hold at a great price. Final Net, the first sensible alternative to aerosol hairspray.
Do you think all antiperspirants are basically the same? Well, Ban Roll-On antiperspirant may just change your mind. Take effectiveness, for instance. Tests have shown that Ban Roll-On antiperspirant will actually help stop wetness better than most leading sprays. Make your own test soon. Pick up a bottle of Ban Roll-On, and you may discover what we've shown in tests. Ban Roll-On antiperspirant, proof that not all antiperspirants are created equal.
Where's the Sunday paper?
The Sunday paper?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, dear. It must be still around here someplace. I haven't thrown anything out.
Well, it's not in the living room.
Well, I haven't thrown it out, that I know. Must be around here somewhere. What part did you want?
The news section.
Oh. Well, why don't you read tonight's paper? The news will be more up to date anyhow.
Because I saw something in yesterday's paper that I wanted to say.
Oh, I see. Well, you just have to look around then, dear.
I don't know why you can't leave the Sunday paper lying around for a few days.
All over the living room?
Oh, come on. It never is all over the living room. I bring the Sunday paper home, and everybody makes a dive for it. Most of the time, I'm left with the want ad section by the time I sit down to read it.
Well, I can't help that, dear.
Have you seen the Sunday paper, Aunt Maggie?
Oh, yes. I read most of it yesterday. Much as I could. My goodness, the Sunday newspapers get bigger and bigger. You can hardly lift them, let alone read them.
I know.
Oh, you needn't save the Sunday paper for me. I read all I want to.
No. Bob wants it.
Oh, what part do you want?
The news section. There was something in it I wanted to save.
Well, let's look around.
Actually, I'd like to see all of it. As I said, I bring it home, then everybody grabs a section, and usually I'm left with the one.
Yes, you said that. You said that.
Yeah, well, it's true.
Well, all right. I think I have the book section upstairs in the bedroom. I'll go up and look.
Now, wait a minute. I was reading the gardening section. What did I do with it? Well, that may be in my room, too.
I want the news section.
Oh, why don't you read today's paper if you want the news?
Look, I would like to see the Sunday paper.
All right. Now, don't get so excited.
Yes. My goodness. You get more like your Uncle Marvin every day. He had such a nasty disposition.
Oh,
well, Bob doesn't really have a nasty disposition, Aunt Maggie.
Well, he certainly gets awfully upset over the littlest things.
Well, quite frankly, I do not think it is a trivial thing when this happens every week. I mean to say, I get up Sunday mornings, drive down to the village store, lug home the paper, and by the time I settle down to read it, everybody's got everything.
Honey, you have already said that now twice.
Yeah, well, if I keep repeating it, somebody will hear me.
Well, I'm certainly hearing you. Now, here's some papers over here on the window seat. Oh, let's see. Did you look through these?
Yes. And they aren't Sundays.
Oh, no. Let's see. What are these? Are the ones that I saved. Oh, I think you wanted a couple of recipes out of these, Aunt Maggie.
Oh, yes. Well, give them to me, and I'll cut the recipes out right now while I'm thinking about it.
Well, what I have been trying to say is that I don't see why every Monday morning the Sunday paper has to be scooped up and thrown out. You never save anything. For some reason, you have this mania for grabbing up newspapers and throwing them out before anybody has a chance to read them.
I like to keep the living room picked up. Now, you had all day yesterday to read the paper.
I did not have all day. You seem to have forgotten we had company.
I haven't forgotten. And if your sister's going to drop in with all her kids, I wish she'd phone and let us know they're coming.
Yes, my goodness. Peg and I spent the morning picking up the house. Those children were into everything.
Everything.
That little Bobby got into my closet and just threw all my shoes into the middle of the bedroom.
Terrible. You know, he's only 3, but you have to keep an eye on him every minute.
I was discussing the Sunday paper.
Did you notice all the hints that Dorothy dropped about Thanksgiving, Aunt Maggie?
I certainly did. Are you going to have them all here?
Well, not if I can help it. I think it's just plain time Dorothy had everyone at their place. I told her, I said that.
I was discussing the Sunday paper.
Well, I don't know where it is. You'll have to look around.
I looked. In the basement, I looked in the back entry, I looked upstairs, and all I found was the travel section in Debbie's room.
Well, I think the book section is on the table by my bed. I think I was reading that last night.
I want the news section.
What is in it that is so important?
It's just an item I wanted to save. Oh, well, I'm going over to Fred's and see if they still got their paper.
All right, but I doubt it. When the paper went up in price, I think Fred decided not to take it anymore.
Oh, well, then I'll go down to the store and see if Don has a paper left over.
All right. I wonder what's so important he wanted to save.
Peg, I just thought of something.
What, there? Now, I wonder if I put the paper he wants under the dog's water dish. I could have done that,
wondering if I took the paper he wants and wrapped up the garbage.
The garbage? But we put garbage in those plastic bags.
Yes. But we had cantaloupe this morning. You know how that smells, the rinds and everything?
Yeah.
And you just leave it open in the garbage bag. I know I wrapped the rinds and the seeds in something.
Oh, come on, Aunt Meg. Oh, he's going to have a fit.
Oh.
Come on, let's dig through the garbage can and see if we can find it.
Hi, I'm trimming my little girl's hair. Mine was the same beautiful chestnut color once, before the grays started sneaking in. But I discovered Loving Care Color Lotion from Clairol. It covered my grays without changing my natural color. And it has no peroxide. Loving Care made my hair shinier and softer, too. Our hair looks almost alike now. Except mine has no bubble gum in it.
Loving Care Color Lotion from Clairol. It's good for your hair.
In my house, we've got a fully automatic kitchen. Me. And the worst job I've got to do is scrape and scrub that dirty oven.
Well, there's a different way to clean your oven that's less work. The overnight way, with Mr. Muscle.
Promises.
It's true. With Mr. Muscle, you just spray it on at night, and while you sleep, its self-scouring foam lifts up the grease and grime.
That's a good idea.
So next morning, you just wipe clean.
You know, I've got a feeling that Mr. Muscle's going to be a good man to wake up to.
It certainly seems silly to go to all this trouble.
No, it isn't, dear. Check the radiators in the dining room. The pages I draped over those must be dry enough to iron.
Bob's been gone so long, he must have found somebody who had Sunday paper left over.
No, more likely he's sitting down at the village store having a cup of coffee and talking about wives who throw out papers before husbands have read them. Here, how does this section look?
It looks as though it had been sopping wet and ironed dry.
I'm afraid so. Well, at least you can read it. Take the pages out of the oven, Aunt Maggie, would you please? I don't want them too dry or they won't iron at all, you know.
Just a minute. Let me get the pages from the dining room radiators.
If he wants to say something important from the paper, I wish he'd tell me. Oh, something he's worried about, I suppose.
Oh, you know men. Always worried about business.
Well, gee, this page was so wet I ripped it a little.
Well, I'll get some tape. Oh, you wanted the one from the oven.
Oh, yes, please, Sam.
Oh, this section is just right. Doesn't look too bad.
Give it here. Let me run the iron over. After this, Aunt Maggie, please don't use newspapers to wrap garbage,
No, force a habit, I guess. That's what I do back home. My garbage has to be wrapped and tied.
Why don't you use plastic bags?
But they cost money, and I save where I can.
Well, I think we're in fair shape here anyhow.
That's good, because Bob just drove in.
Oh, dear. Well, let's get it put together. See, page 15, 36.
No. That goes inside this one. Here we
are.
I think it still smells of cantaloupe.
Well, at least he can read it.
Oh.
Poor dear. Look out the window. Is he carrying a newspaper after all our work?
No.
Oh, good.
No. And he just slammed the car door, so I guess he's still in a temper.
Oh, there.
You fold the paper together, and I'll put the ironing board away.
Well, don't rush. We're going to have to tell him the truth anyway.
Oh.
You know, the paper just reeks of cantaloupe. It really does.
I will take all the blame.
Oh, you're not even going to take all the blame.
Well, no Sunday papers left over at the store, so I drove over to Jim Norton, and his wife had thrown theirs out already, too.
Relax. Here you are.
And it's all my fault.
And Maggie, don't worry
No,
about it.
it's my fault. I wrapped up the cantaloupe rinds in it this morning. We had to fish it out of the garbage.
However, we have dried it, and we have ironed it, and we present it to you
come
in a pristine
on.
state. Well, after all the fuss you raised, I certainly would like to know what is so important that you wanted to save.
Well, I didn't say it was important.
What did you say?
I just said I wanted to save a little item that I'd read, that's all.
Well, all right, here it is. What item was it?
Well, I'll have to look through the paper. I don't know exactly which page it was on.
Well, I was half reading it as I ironed each page, and I must say I didn't see anything worth saving.
Well, it was just something I thought was kind of funny, that's all. I wanted to take it to the office to show Carl. No, it's not on this page.
What was it about?
Yes, we're certainly dying to know what it is.
For all our work.
No. Oh, for Pete's sake, I know I read it. It was this side of the page, near the bottom.
I think it is so maddening to look for something in the paper that you know you've just read, and then you never can find it.
No, that is so true.
Here.
Did you find it?
Yeah. Here it is.
What is it?
Listen. Tanzania. Park elephants get drunk.
What?
National park officials had their hands full yesterday when a herd of elephants ate some fermented fruit and got roaring drunk. Staggering around, trumpeting wildly, and amusing themselves by chasing all the smaller animals. This morning, they all had elephant-sized hangovers. I just thought it was funny, and I wanted to show it to Carl. Well, all right. I didn't know you'd find the paper and have to iron it out and all that, and so...
You know, sometimes I wonder about you.
The Little Things in Life with Peg Lynch and Bob Dryden and Margaret Hamilton as Aunt Maggie was written by Peg Lynch, directed by Warren Somerville, produced by Dick Cox and Peg Lynch, and has been brought to you by Ban Roll-On, America's leading roll-on antiperspirant. I'm Charles Woods. This program comes to you from the Radio Playhouse.